Hello, it's Stephanie and welcome to another one of these videos. If you've been following me for some time, you know that I am sharing 30 videos over the course of 30 days, sharing online visibility tips that helps you to get front and center in front of your ideal clients so that they can finally see you, know who you are, and say yes to working with you. And in today's video, I want to talk about guest blogging, specifically why guest blogging should be a staple in your online visibility plan. Now, just to recap on what guest blogging is. Guest blogging is submitting an article or blog post. Those names are interchangeable, to an authority website that recognizes you as a contributor and links back to your website or social media profile as well. And sometimes at the end of the article on that website, they'll have a couple of sentences where you're allowed to briefly state what you do and where people can find you online. So I'm going to share with you 3 reasons why guest blogging should be a staple in your online visibility plan. Number 1, these websites, and the kind of websites I'm talking about, you may have heard of some of the names: Huffington Post, Business Insider, Mind Body Green. There's many others that you probably read as well, where you found information as it relates to your niche. So number 1 is traffic. When you submit an article on these websites, they're very high trafficked websites, and you get exposure to thousands of people who may be interested in what you have to say or interested in learning more about your expertise or the kinds of tips that you offer through your expertise. Much more traffic than possibly you're getting even on your own website. So it really opens you up to a wider audience, and it's easy for this audience to find you and link back to you because you get a chance to have your website or social media profile link, like Twitter link, at the bottom of this article that you've written on this website, like the Huffington Post. The second reason is credibility. When someone is reading an article on these kinds of websites, the person that has written the article pretty much has boosted their credibility instantly, almost, because to be on these websites, you usually have to be vetted somewhat by the editors or the owner of the website, and so not just anyone gets a chance to be featured on these websites. So right away, the person who's reading the information sees that it's being written by an expert, and you become more trustworthy, more trusted, and they look into you and see what you're about and really value the information that they find more because they saw that you were featured on an authority website. Expert positioning. When you write for these websites, you get a chance as a contributor back on your website, on your own platform, to mention the fact that you were featured on Huffington Post. Usually you're able to put the logo of the website that you were featured on, and you can put it on all your marketing materials, on Twitter, in your bio, in the About section of your website, on Facebook, YouTube, etc. So right away you get another chance to position yourself as an expert for having been featured on these websites. So those are the top 3 reasons why this should be a staple in your online visibility plan. Now, in terms of how often you should be guest blogging, how often this should be a part of your plan, I suggest 1 to 4 times a month on different publications. That's how often you really should be writing and getting featured on other websites, because it exposes you to that much more people and that many varied audiences, still audiences that are interested in your niche and your expertise, but it opens you up to a wider amount or a larger amount of those people. So in terms of how do you find the kinds of website, because naturally you don't want to be just writing articles for the same website all the time. You could possibly submit 2, 3, 4 articles for the same website, but you still want to spread your wings. So how do you find the websites that you should be submitting articles to, and websites that allow you to submit articles? Start with the websites that you read for the information that you're trying to find for your niche, and then look at the bottom of that website or the contact page, or there might be a page that says contributors welcome or something like that, or write for us. Look for those key terms on the websites that you read for your niche, and see how you can be a writer, and send them a pitch. Look at the guidelines. They normally have these submission guidelines that they require. Sometimes they require you to write a complete article and submit it so that they can read it and see the quality of that article. Or they allow you to pitch topics, and then you can say, okay, this is what I can write about. Which do you think your readers would like to hear, or to read rather? So that's how you can find out the kinds of places that you can submit guest posts, guest blogs, or guest articles for. But this is a solid strategy for getting seen online and getting in front of your ideal clients. So go ahead and utilize this strategy, and let me know how that turns out. Leave a comment on this video, whether you're watching it on YouTube, on my blog, or on Facebook at facebook.com/StephanieTreasureBiz. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.